Hello guys, welcome to this video. Today I'll be installing this Go Fast Bits Diverter valve upgrade kit. I bought the kit online, so I cannot speak much for its authenticity since I'm pretty sure it did come from Australia directly. Nonetheless, everything shipped was well packed. The instruction manual that comes with it is properly written and the instructions are clear and to the point. As you can tell, they have diagrams and even a graph of throttle response or boost. I don't know what that is. But otherwise, everything is well documented here. You can see its three main advantages over the OEM diverter valve written clearly. That is longevity, boost handling, and good throttle response. That aside, it comes with a sticker, and inside the box we have the mounting hardware, which is the 3 longer screws, a new spring that is for the smaller piston, and here is the smallest piston. Also, we have a big spring for the bigger piston that's on the outside. A brass piston, which is the bigger piston. It's well polished. And then we have this machined metal. I don't know if it's aluminum or what, but it's written DV Plus on the side, and patent waiting. I don't know. Yeah, but it's well machined. It looks high quality, and we'll see how it goes with the install. So before I go ahead and install this diverter valve kit, for the sake of tracking improvements before and after this install, I did some data logs. On this clip of the logs, at the top, the two big dials, the one on the left is the revs, that's RPMs per minute, and on the right is the boost, that will measure in PSI. Below it we have the intakes and air temps, then the MAF readings in grams per second, and then the throttle percentage. This will vary from 12 to around 90% on full throttle. And then the diodes below are for also another boost, AFR commanded and AFR measured, engine load, and finally the speed measured by the OBD sensor. On this clip, I'll be doing a few runs, that is like pulls, and whenever the throttle is above 80%, that is like full throttle, and then you'll see what the boost will read and the RPMs. For explanation, if I take a screenshot of the video at the clip where the car is at 5000 RPM, you can see the boost is stuck at around 5 psi. Normal mk5 GTIs make about a peaks of 12, but it could range anywhere between 8 and 12 psi. So peaks of 5 psi that's at least less, that is less than 50% of the 12 psi one will expect from this. So clearly the diverter valve in this car has an issue. To do this job, you'll need a 5mm Allen to get the screws out. The diverter valve is located behind the driver side wheel arch, right below the turbo, which is directly behind the engine. And as you can see, it has those 3 screws bolting it onto the turbo. With the 3 screws out, the diverter valve should come out freely. In my case, the inner piston just shot out, and as you can see, it was completely ripped through. And I think this was a bad design in the first place. So this completely explains the boost issues I was having. Moving on, you'll need some engine oil, that is to lubricate the brass piston before assembly. So you take out the old plastic holding the diaphragm, the old diaphragm. You also need to get off the old spring that will not be used again. Clean up the diverter valve. Mine was full of oil. I don't know how, but somehow there's some oil in the intake side. I guess that maybe just blow by from the turbo. Then put the new small spring on first. Then you put the small piston. Just make sure it goes in properly. It has a rubber seal at the top. Afterwards, the machined metallic piece that holds the brass piston is supposed to be put on next, but before I did that, I put some oil on it and looped the place where the brass piston slides on. I just poured some oil in there and just rotated it, like it didn't matter. You then put the big spring into it and followed by the brass piston, but make sure you put some oil on it so that it cannot seize and it will slide in properly during the operation. When that is all assembled, you put the assembly onto the original diverter valve and check for the right orientation. When this is all done, the diverter valve is ready for reinstallation. As you can see, the smaller screws, the shorter ones that came out originally, cannot be reused because they are too short in this application. So the new hardware comes in handy in this instance. The order of reinstallation of the diverter valve is the same as when it was removed, and you can see there it just went in. But I must say, getting to those 3 screws in there was such a pain in the neck. Germans really have a way of putting bolts in locations where it's hard to reach. Afterwards, just like before, I took the car out for another data log, and this is like after driving for a few kilometers, so I think the diverter valve is properly seated by this time. On this second run, you can see the boost just about peaks at around 10 psi, despite the intake temps being 10 degrees higher than they were in the before test. All in all, I can say that the water valve did exactly as advertised, and while 10 psi of boost is really nothing in the world of boosting cards, I think that can be improved by a tune. Probably a stage 1, stage 2 could make this car a lot faster, because even with this car I think is still quite slow. But for the longevity, that is yet to be seen. All in all, I hope it serves better than the original diverter valve that went out. And in case you're wondering if there is some good sound, if it makes some decent sounds, then let me drop in a clip here of what it sounds like if you give it a few revs. This is without the stock intake air filter housing. That sounds a little spicy, but maybe I should consider getting cold air.